In this video I will tell you about top 10 things you didn't know about Colin Firth. If you like the video, subscribe my channel. This English actor rose to fame after playing the iconic Mr. Darcy back in 1995 for the television adaptation of Pride and Prejudice. Since his rise to stardom, Firth has been a part of many more amazing projects like The King's Speech, which earned him an Oscar and multiple worldwide Best Actor awards, a main role in the Bridget Jones's Diary, A Single Man, the holiday classic Love Actually, and Mamma Mia. Here's a list of 10 things you didn't know about Colin Firth. At number 10. Style. He may be all suave and sophisticated now, but Colin didn't always cut such a stylish figure. He admits, "I used to wear Rupert trousers. Yes, big flared tartan trousers. Revolting. And, God, my 70s hair's enough to spend my life apologizing for. Vermeer hair. I burnt a lot of my photos from the time. Yikes." At number 9. Grew up in Nigeria. Firth was born in the village of Greyshot near Surrey and Hampshire. His mother, Shirley Jean, was a comparative religion lecturer at King Alfred's College, now the University of Winchester, and his father, David Norman Lewis Firth, was a history lecturer at the same school and education officer for the Nigerian government. Colin has two siblings who are also actors. His younger sister, Kate, is a stage actress and voice coach, while his brother, Jonathan, is an actor. Firth moved to Nigeria when he was only a few weeks old because his parents both taught in Africa. He lived there until he was 4 and then the family moved back to Hampshire, then later lived in the United States until he was about 10. At number 8. Relationship with Meg Tilly. Meg Tilly and Colin Firth met while working on the set of Valmont back in 1989. Firth describes their relationship as love at first sight. "I was probably in love with Meg from the moment I met her, but it took her a while to be convinced," he said. When filming wrapped up, Colin moved to Canada where Tilly was from, and the two lived in a secluded log cabin for 4 years. They welcomed their first child, a son named William Joseph Firth, in 1990, but after 5 years together they announced their split. The split left Tilly heartbroken because it was Colin who initiated the separation. After 2 years away from the acting industry, the calling became too strong and he wanted to go back. Firth moved back to London to try and restart his acting career. At number 7. King's Speech. The King's Speech will go down in history as a major box office success. The film earned $400 million worldwide and took home numerous awards and nominations. Firth won a Golden Globe Award for Best Actor and an Oscar for his role as King George VI. The most difficult task when taking on this film was learning how to stammer properly. It was extremely difficult for him to pick it up, and he even described it as having a semi-paralysis effect. "It had an effect on my body, headaches. I had to learn to stammer and then play someone trying desperately not to. It put my left arm to sleep. It was very peculiar. I must have been locking something, pinching a nerve. When the job's over, don't worry, it will go away," he said. It's safe to say Firth nailed it because he received high acclaim for his performance, but when all was said and done, Firth admitted that just like he was warned, it was hard to get rid of the stammer. At number 6. Bad in school. Despite having two parents with careers in academics and a teaching background, Firth could not get his grades up at school, especially when it came to things like math or science. He has publicly stated that he never enjoyed school until college, when he was able to focus on acting and reading. "I remember a report from the chemistry exam. The actual score was 3%, and my teacher mentioned that he'd given me 2 of those marks for writing my name correctly," he said. Thus, there was no choice really when it came to what kind of a career he would pursue, as his only set of skills fell into the category of arts and literature. At number 5. He was bullied in school. Firth has been candid about his initial experiences with school and how he didn't fit in well or enjoy any of his studies. In fact, he's even admitted that he was bullied while in school. In order to avoid the harsh judgment from other kids in drama school, he said he developed a posh accent. I don't know how many times I've read a script and thought nobody knows how good I'd be at this character, but they want me to play that other one. It's odd because I didn't grow up speaking like this and have made a career out of it, he said. I would not have survived in Hampshire if I'd spoken like my parents. When I was starting out, I thought I was so cutting edge, I had nothing to do with the middle classes. At number 4. Mr. Darcy. Firth rose to fame when he starred in the 1995 television adaptation of Pride and Prejudice as the iconic Mr. Darcy. The weekly episodes drew in an audience of about 10 million viewers. This role led to many other opportunities, including his role as Mark Darcy in Bridget Jones's Diary, which is said to have been created from Helen's novel by the same name, which in turn was a reinterpretation of Pride and Prejudice. Therefore, when it came time to cast Mark Darcy, they couldn't think of anyone more suitable than the original Mr. Darcy. His scene with the wet t-shirt has become one of the most unforgettable moments in British TV history. Firth has also expressed that he has no idea how the unlikable character of Mr. Darcy became this attractive man that women crushed on. I thought it would be quite fun and liberating to play someone who was completely and utterly dislikable, unsympathetic, judgmental and snobbish. At number 3. Archery. Colin Firth participated in a 5 Facts About Me for People magazine, and in it he said his best hidden talent is archery of all things. It was a hobby that he picked up at school, and when he started hitting all the targets more than the other students in his class, he figured he was pretty good at it. Archery was something I did at school, and I was able to hit the target better than most. I do have a bow and arrow and practice when I'm home in Italy. It's very relaxing, he wrote. At number 2. Relationship with Livia Giuggio. He met his current wife, Livia Giuggio, on the set of the South American film, Nostromo. He was 36 years old and working in Colombia when he saw her from a distance and immediately felt a bolt to his heart. Ironically, similar to his first wife, he told Ellen that it was love at first sight. She came over and introduced herself, and the rest is history. At the time, Livia was 27 and working as the film's production assistant. Today she works as a producer and director. They live between their two homes in London and her native country of Italy. Firth and Livia also have 2 sons together, Luca 15, and Matteo, 13. At number 1. Love Actually. One of Colin's most adored films was in the holiday favorite, Love Actually. In the film he falls in love with Lucia Moniz's character, a Portuguese woman who doesn't speak English. The two share a funny and adorable scene when they both jump in the lake to save his novel from getting ruined after all the sheets fly into the water. What many people don't know is that the lake was actually only 18 inches deep. While filming, they had to walk on their knees and pretend like they were swimming in deep water. Unfortunately for Colin Firth, the water was covered with mosquitoes, so he got badly bitten. His bites were so bad that he had to seek medical attention after his elbows swelled up to the size of an avocado. For more interesting videos, subscribe my art channel.